Hi, this is Blaine Cluten for Cluten Law. Answering a question today about what is a misdemeanor. So misdemeanors are something that's more serious than a violation, but less serious than a felony. Violations are things like traffic tickets, or if certain criminal offenses have been decriminalized, then they become violation offenses. Violations mean that they are punishable by a fine only, and no imprisonment, no time. A misdemeanor is typically the distinguishing difference between a misdemeanor and a felony is the duration that you would spend in custody, and also where you would spend the time in custody. So in Oregon, and probably most states, the key distinguishing factor for a misdemeanor is that you cannot spend more than 364 days in custody, and that time would be spent in the local supervisory authority or the county jail. There's usually other penalties that can also be associated with a misdemeanor, as far as financial penalties, and depending on whether the time is a straight sentence or if you're going to be put on probation, what terms of probation would or could be imposed. The difference then between a felony and in Oregon, while you may spend less than a year in custody on a felony, if you're imprisoned on a felony, you're going to have to usually spend that time in the Department of Corrections, so long as that's over 12 months. Interesting thing is you can actually spend time in the local supervisory authority on a felony in Oregon. So those are the key distinguishing factors. It's all about that time that you're going to be incarcerated, that time in custody, as the distinguishing factor. Other states have things like wobblers, which are crimes that can be charged either as misdemeanors or felonies. They also distinguish between classes of misdemeanors, like they can have gross misdemeanors or simple misdemeanors. Oregon doesn't have any of those, so I'm not going to talk about those. Oregon does have levels of misdemeanors. They have A, B, and C misdemeanors, but that is more about the maximum penalties that can be imposed at each one of those misdemeanor levels. So they each have different maximums that can be imposed as far as the fine and the amount of time that can be in custody. This is Blaine Cluten for Cluten Law. If you have further questions about criminal law, please talk to a criminal defense attorney. Thank you.